Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Heal the Industry podcast. I am your host, Ashley Vance, and today we have a very special guest that's here with us. We have Misty, and she has been in the industry for a couple of decades. And
oh my God.
No, like honestly, such a badge of honor. I love that so much. And working in the industry and working inside of the industry with other artists inside of it, and has been a part of an amazing, beautiful journey that I have gotten to witness here and there parts of. And I saw her do this post on social media about this amazing thing, which I think we should keep them waiting on this until like, it's going to be like a big reveal, she's got something epic coming in the works and I'm so excited about it. Once I saw it on social media, I was like, oh my goodness, I love this so much. I would love to have you on the podcast and share it with our audience because I think it would be amazing, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell our listeners a little bit about you?
Yeah. So my name is Misty Jane. A couple of decades makes me sound so old.
No, it's a badge of honor. I
love it so much. I have been in the hair industry since 2003. So I guess we're at like 23 years at this point. And I love it so much. In 2020, when everything went crazy, I pivoted and stopped. I was no longer a full-time hairstylist behind the chair and really leaned into educating and coaching like a lot of other people did, right? And I've been on this journey the last 6 years of like figuring out like where my purpose is in helping this hair industry, because I truly, truly believe that we are like the ripple effect of the community. Like if you can be better as a stylist, you are making everyone that you come in contact with better. So I'm a life coach. I've been a life coach now for the past 4 years. And I call myself a community builder. So I'm also the host of the Starting Messy podcast, where I talk to people in the hair industry about all kinds of things.
There's so many layers, right, to peel back, and we can have podcast episodes talking about it because there's endless topics, right?
Yep. Well, we're people, right? Like I'm a hairstylist. Yeah, we're people and we're in the people business, right? And I think that that's something that people forget. Like it's not just about the hair. It's never just been about the hair. It's never going to just be about the hair. So I think it's important to remember all of the different facets and sides of ourselves as, a pillar in the community. Everyone loves their hairstylist.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Like, honestly, when I first decided to become a hairstylist, I was a receptionist at a hair salon. And I'd worked there for a couple of years. I was getting my business degree at a community college. Just, like when you don't know what you want to do, you get a business degree, right? And I remember one day this client walked in to see her hairstylist and she said to her, "I've been looking forward to seeing you." And when I heard that, it was just something in me clicked. I'm like, oh my goodness, it is not about the hair at all. It's about the experience that she gets to have with her hairstylist, that she looks forward to it. The beautiful hair is just the cherry on top, but it's truly that experience that they have with the artist, And I was like, I could do this. This looks like fun.
Yeah, it's a little harder than you thought it was going to be, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. I went into it, I'm like, I feel like you only see the things that you're meant to see at the time, because if you knew all of the things, you probably wouldn't do it.
Right.
But at the time I was like, I want to be somebody that people look forward to seeing, I don't want to be a dentist. Right.
That's the truth.
So I love this so much. And your work with stylists who are already had like full books, right? That's the work that you really focus in on. Right. And the stylists out there that are struggling with this, like, what do you feel like their strongholds are the most that are over them? Like where they're fully booked, they're totally busy, they're making the income that they always wanted. Like, to somebody who's newer in the industry, they're looking at them and being like, you have it all, right? So what do you notice like that they struggle with the most?
Yeah. I mean, they struggle with wanting to step back. They want time, right? They want time to themselves. They want time with their family. They want time to do something different. Like I work with a lot of people who are like, I want to know, I don't know what my next step is going to be. And I'm so busy that I don't even have time to like figure out what it is. So I realized that I wanted to work with stylists who were actually have already created the business that they love. They just don't know how to give themselves what they need, right? Like they can give to everyone else. They can give to their clients. They have great businesses. Like, they give to their families, like, but they just don't really know how to give themselves space. And they're working towards something. One day I'm going to be able to insert whatever. And a lot of times they don't realize is that they can have that thing right now. Mm-hmm. They just have to take various steps. A lot of hairstylists are very much working in survival mode when they do not have to. I think that's what I see the most.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
I literally, I have this podcast that I was going to record this last week. But then it was like it was so overwhelming on my heart. I'm like, I'm going to sit with this like a little bit longer. But it's like talking about that, like, it's okay to have like contentment and to just like be and enjoy the success that you've earned without it. Because I feel like so much of like our society is like, what's next? What's the next? Now what? You did this, like, and it's like, oh my gosh, is it just like never enough?
It's never enough. And that's exactly, and especially in the world we live in now, where like being a hairstylist is also means you have to be a content creator and you have to, be online to a certain extent, right? So I think that even if we don't realize it, we are subconsciously taking in that we are not enough, that we need to be doing more, that we need to be doing things differently. Do it this way. Don't do it this way. Oh, wait, you're doing it that way? No, you got to do it this way. Like, we are being pulled in so many different directions. And it's really interesting because I know for me, I was very much lived my life in survival mode for various trauma experiences in my past that we don't need to get into. But when I did start like doing the work to like actually find peace, like that's what I wanted. I wanted mental peace. And when I finally like figured out how I could create that, I had this like aha moment of like, oh, peace feels like boredom.
Yeah.
And I had to like work through that of like, wait a minute, like the chaos and the struggle and the survival mode, like when you're used to it, it makes you feel like you're on the right path, right? Like, and then when you're just able to sit on the couch and read a book and be calm, what happens, right? You start going in your brain of like, what should I be doing? Where's my to-do list? I should be doing this. I should be doing that. And it's like, no, just be with yourself. Enjoy your book. The world is not on fire. Well, it kind of is, but you know what I mean?
But you know what? Like my softball coach said in high school, control the controllables. Like you can't control what's going on in the world, but you can control how you're going to let it affect you. And I see that happen so much, especially like as artists and creatives, where it's like we feel things so deep that we can like build it up to be so like large, and only person it's affecting is ourselves. Just let it go. I know like there are things that we wish we had control over, but we don't. And so just let go of that and just be still in silence. And I almost feel like too, like, because I went through this like season where I'm like, and still, I feel like it's a continual, you're never just
like, never ends.
There. I had to let go of that discovery a long time ago, but of just being in that place, like, okay, life doesn't have to constantly be in a state of fight or flight to be successful, or B, lose that success that you built based on that, like constant going, constant hustling, like never turning it off. Like you almost think like, okay, if I let my hand off the wheel, is this thing going to crash?
All going to fall apart. Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, here I am. I'm going to give you guys all like the cheat sheet of it. It doesn't. You'll be fine. It'll be okay. It will sustain you, but just being so connected. And you know, what's funny, like real time this morning, I was driving into work and I had a pretty chill morning. I was like, I saw the sun. It was gorgeous, like coming through the clouds and stuff. And I just felt like led, like God was like, come sit with me for a little bit. And I'm like, what? You want me to sit? And I was like, no, it work. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I will. And I turn the wheel and I go to this like beautiful little pond area. And I just sat there and just in stillness and like felt the breeze, looked at the water ripples, like seeing the clouds. Like, I mean, we're just so busy and so go and like on our phones, like swipe stimulation, like, oh. And I was like, just to sit there just for 10 minutes, like just being Ashley and just being nothing to nobody and just being a child of God in that one moment. I was so grateful because you know what? I came into the salon. There was immediately a fire I had to put out, but like it was so calm because I had spent that time just like chilling for a minute. And also it was so sad. A bird flew into our window at the salon.
No. You're the second person that has told me about something like this literally today.
It's like, I'm so glad that I had that peaceful time this morning, just like before going into all that stuff. Because like your reactions to those situations are totally different when your nervous system is just like on neutral and calm. It's like, it's going to be okay. It's not going to define the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it, right? Like, I think a lot of stylists, they want to zone out, and zoning out would be Netflix or watching, scrolling the phone, and sometimes same, right? But we think that is rest, and it's not, because you're filling your mind again with other things and comparisons, and whether you realize it or not, right? Or you're filling your mind with other people's information. And I think that is where people don't realize that, like, your mind literally needs to just have white space. Like, if you're not feeling creative, if you're not feeling, like you don't know what direction you need to take, or you're questioning something that you're doing, like, you need white space. You can't hear yourself. You are filling your brain with everyone else's expectations, and you are putting pressure on yourself that you do not need to be putting on yourself. And granted, I will just say, this is easier said than done. Like you said earlier, this is a journey. This is not like a one time, you're going to listen to this podcast and you're never going to feel this way again. Like, that's not real.
Okay, so my next question is what's the lie that the industry keeps selling stylists that you're trying to dismantle?
Let me think about, that's a good question that I'm trying to dismantle. This is a hard question because there's two different directions I want to go with this. Because the one thing I want to say is I have a lot of people who are like, I want to become a coach so I can, or an educator or whatever, so I can walk away from behind the chair. I want to address that one first, just because I am a big advocate on the reality of what that looks like. And I think people see people popping up on Instagram and posting something, and then they see this, what perceived success. And I want to be the person that says that's not it. Like, that's not how it works. This is a brand new business. Like, it is not as easy as it looks. You are not going to make $10,000 in a month 2 months into being a coach educator. Like, you're lucky if you make it in 5 years. You're lucky if you make it at all. I'm in year 6 and still haven't made $10,000 in a month. So that is something I talk about a lot on my podcast because I hear it so often. Well, I want to take a break, so I want to, get into education. It is hard. It is hard. It is a different business. It is new. You don't already have the clientele for it. Like, if you want to walk outside and start a business from scratch, do it. But if you think that you're going to walk into it and it's just going to like fall in your lap, it's not the case. So that's something that that's kind of very niche, but but I also feel like it's important.
I think where that like stems from too is when you are a coach and you're a mentor, your why has to be like anything. Your why has to be more than money.
Yes.
It's got to be impact. Like, it's
1,000%.
Like what you're called to like do, right? Like, because I say to like one of my mentors that is inside of my program, I'm like, your she's like, I would do this for free. I'm like, exactly, because you love it so much and you're in full alignment, you're in full flow. And same, like I love helping see people win. And
Yes.
if your why is because I'm going to be rich,
don't do it. Just don't do it.
Play the lotto.
Yeah. Also, if you don't like technology, also don't do it.
Yeah, I know. Totally. Absolutely. But no, I completely agree with that statement. I think that's beautiful and it's true. And not very many people know about that. They just see like a perceived look on social media versus like what reality is I know for myself and I know for you because I've been witness to like one of your trainings as well, is we love to get in the mud with people. Like yes. I like going where people won't go. Like I like talking about those ugly truths, like because you're beautiful in them and helping get out of the mud, but just knowing like you're not in it by yourself, right?
Yes.
And that's gotta be your why. You gotta love getting dirty.
Yes. No, I totally agree. It's just yes. Yes. The other side of it, amen. The other side of it, I think is just understanding that as a hairstylist, like taking care of you. And I don't just mean like, self-care, like you need self-care. Self-care is not bubble baths. It is not nail appointments. That is not what self-care is. Self-care is getting your financial shit together. Self-care is taking time to yourself, having white space. It's going to therapy. It's making the doctor's appointments that you need to make and you've been putting off because you're so busy. Like that is self-care. You have to take care of yourself as a human being to be able to take care of other people as much as we do as a hairstylist. I mean, you're taking care of how many people a day? You're making them feel good. You're giving them a calm space. You're communicating with them. You're touching them, like literally, physically. Like you are taking care of people day in and day out. And if you want to have longevity in this business in a way that like feels good to you, you have to put you first. It's like put the mask on, what's the airplane thing? You put the mask on yourself first.
Put it on yourself and then help your child. Like no, I completely agree. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And just meeting basic humanly needs is not enough. Like
no,
you have to operate from a place of like abundance and freedom and peace and calm, like to truly get to be there for people like in the way that you want to without it like taking self, right?
Yep.
I love that. Well, I think that this leads us into the perfect reveal for what you've created and is in such alignment with all of the things that you're sharing. So, but it's your thing. So I want you to make your announcement of what you've got in the works.
Yeah. Okay. I am doing a retreat in Costa Rica specifically for not even just hairstylists, salon owners, and like in the beauty industry, women in the beauty industry, like ambitious women who have created something, right? But they do not put it down. They constantly fill their lives with pressure and they want to come and not have the pressure. So this is very different than a lot of the hair industry retreats where there's going to be, technical classes and, there's going to be, let's talk about how to create boundaries. This is not this. This is where these women, and there's only 10 of them, it's a very small group. We're going to go in the middle of the rainforest and we are going to like literally have the conversations, do the scary, I say scary loosely because I'm all about getting out of the comfort zone. We're not like jumping off cliffs or anything like that. Like I'm not doing that, but like getting out of your comfort zone and having the deeper conversations where you can learn to trust yourself again. And the cool thing about this retreat and what makes this one a little bit different, and I've been very nostalgic. When I had this idea, I was like, what was the time? Remember the time before the internet? Before we had the constant stream of information, before we had AI, before we were constantly being told that we need to consume more and learn more and do all of the things, what was it like, right? And it was like disconnected. So this is a semi-disconnected retreat. There's going to be spaces where there will be no cell phones. Obviously, for safety reasons, when we do excursions, there will be, but
Yeah.
But this is not a content retreat. There is not a photographer following us around. There is not a videographer. There are going to be ways to take pictures. That's a secret. But we are taking it back to like the nostalgic time when like we were still curious, when you had a question and you didn't just pick up your phone and find the answer, when you could actually like sit with your friend and have what was that again? Like, what do you think about this? And it was a back and forth, not just this immediate stream of information. I want people to feel like they can come and not have to bring makeup. We're not going to, again, this isn't about content. Like, this is about connecting with yourself and like-minded people. And I am so excited.
Oh
so excited.
Sounds so amazing. I just to like talk about like the nostalgia of like back when I just did a photo shoot and I had brought like the 9 dialer phone for just a really pretty like content piece.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter, who's 8, she's like, can I have this? Can I play with this? I'm like, get it, girl, like have fun. And she's been walking around the house just like talking on the phone. And I literally, my husband, he's on board. But I was like, because my daughter's 8, my son is 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't want them having cell phones. I don't want that. Like, I'm going to push that out as far as possible. I'm like, let's get a landline.
Yeah. I actually saw something recently. It's like a landline for kids. I don't fully understand what it plugs into, but it has a cord.
But I mean, like literally just like having a phone, because now they're at the age like where they want to like talk to their friends and stuff, and they're getting out our phone numbers. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. But I just think it'd be so cute for them, because my daughter, she's like, can you make this phone work for real? And I'm like, well, I could. And most of the time, like internet companies will just let you have the line for free because nobody gets them anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So I love hearing that, like that's like the heart of this event is like taking it back, calming down like the nervous system, getting quiet like with yourself, especially like in a world that's like constantly coming at you, information overload, analysis paralysis, like it's so much. So, and how many days is this retreat?
It's a full week. It's a Wednesday to Wednesday. Yeah, it's a full week.
Awesome.
Yeah, and there's excursions, and I, if you don't follow me, if you don't know me, like I like to have a little fun. Like I want to have fun. This is not a healing retreat. I'm trying to be very clear about what this is and what this isn't, right? It is not a healing retreat. Like there is a girl that's coming to do yoga who is a hairstylist, because I'm very intentional. But even that, I want it to be more about mind, body, soul connection. Not so much about like, let me break you open and pull out all your trauma. Like that is not what I do. That is not my jam. I'm not a therapist, right? And I want to show people that you can find mindfulness in your everyday life. Like it doesn't have to be an hour-long sound bath, or like you don't have to be a Buddhist monk to like be able to be present. So the whole idea around this was like, how can I show people how I do it in my life in a way that they can go, oh crap, like this is not far off from me. All I have to do is these things. And even that isn't so much of a teaching thing, right? It's more of a like, how can you find space in your life? So my whole goal with this is to bring people and show them like, hey, like this can be fun, right? Like finding presence in white space, it doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun. It can be something you can do in your everyday life. And let's just do it in a really cool place. The venue itself is very cool. They're individual little villas. Yeah, it's cool. I'm ready to go.
That's so exciting. I mean, literally, it's like pack the suitcase. Let's do this.
Yes, and it's a year away, by the way. So
there's plenty of time to plan.
Yes.
So what would you say people who are coming to this retreat, like what can they expect to like leave kind of like feeling or doing, like how their life is going to like shift, even though it's not like we're not going down deep, and yeah, that's like you know, sometimes you don't need to go there to experience like change for when you come home. So what are you hoping that like your why, like what you're hoping people leave with?
Yeah, two things. One, I want them to learn that they can trust themselves a little bit more. That's like the number one thing. That's how this all started in the first place. What can I do to show people that they can trust themselves and their gut and what their heart is telling them, right? Because especially these women, they've done so much. Like they have trusted themselves in the past. Why are we stuck in other areas, you know? The other thing is taking the pressure off. I think that we are our biggest, worst enemy when it comes to the pressure that we put on ourselves, period. You know, I mean, I'll talk, you know, if your house isn't clean, who is walking in and going, your house is a mess, I'm never coming over? Nobody. We are doing that, right? So like we're focusing on all of these things that at the end of the day don't always really matter. And I want to show people that like, hey, like when you walk away from this, you're going to feel a lightness that you probably haven't felt in a long time. That's the goal.
Yeah, no. And I love that. I love that so much because, you know, especially in this, you know, social media influencer, everything's super curated, everything looks perfect, like era. I feel like so many people struggle with like either that imposter syndrome or like that they just struggle with feeling like enough. Right.
Yep.
Like, and it's constantly going, it's constantly serving, but then it's like from a depleted cup, you know?
Yes.
And I agree. It doesn't have to be that way. Like if you have dishes in the sink, like who cares? Like no one's gonna come by and be like, oh my gosh, you have dishes in the sink.
Ew,
like,
gross. Like I have dishes in my sink right now.
Yeah, totally. You know, and like my husband and I, we were so blessed when we lived in Oregon. Our first two homes were new construction homes. And I don't know why, like in those places, I felt like I had to keep it staged all the time. Because I don't know if it was because it was brand new, and you constantly are seeing like model homes or influencers or what have you. And then we moved into our home here in Texas, and it's from like early 2000s, so it's a little bit more worn. I have never felt more at home because I don't feel like I have to keep it staged. Like if there's, you know, shoes by the staircase and backpacks on the dining table and dishes in the sink and, you know, whatever, I'm like, it's okay. And I don't know if it's because of the house or probably more so I have changed. So just feel like, you know, put your energy like where it matters. So I love that people are going to be, I know you're so intentional with this. Like you've got such a big vision for what it is that you are creating, and you're putting so much like intention behind the things that you guys are doing that I know that they're going to be leaving with this like calmness of like, it's okay. Like you can let it go. Right. So, and I know some of the things that you're doing is going to be like a surprise.
Yes. And that's just scary. I just want, when I say some of the things are a surprise, it's nothing like we're not like jumping out of planes. We're not doing mushrooms. Like I'm very clear about that because I've had people ask me that. Like it's not anything. It's just little things that are going to take you out of your comfort zone in a different kind of way.
Yes. And I love that. So throwing that out there to the listeners, it'll save you from a lot of questions and DMs later.
Yeah.
What are like, is there any sort of like some things that you want to share that you guys are going to be doing?
Yep. I mean, we're going to do a waterfall hike. The resort, it's not really a resort. It's like I don't know how to explain what it is. It's all ours, and it has all of these different walking trails, pool, of course, delicious food, all Costa Rican Like I want to be immersed in the culture. So like, for example, on the I'll say second day, because the first day you're staying in a hotel at San Jose near like where you fly in. And then the very next day we're meeting all together and getting on a charter flight, which is included, and flying to the center. And the next day after that, one of the things that I want to do is there's like a local market. And the first day is all about connection. So it is going to be very much about like, I want you to connect with the culture, with the community that's surrounding us, as well as the attendees, and also like with yourself. So we're going to go to the market and we're going to go to the beach, because again, I kind of want to give that sense of safety, like, hey, this is where we are. And that's going to be like a perfect start to the week. Because I think that at the end of the day, connecting with your surroundings is like the number one thing. Plus, people want snacks. So we'll go to the market so you can get snacks.
Yeah, you gotta have your snacks. Like, I feel like all of our industry is like just snackers, because like
we have to be.
As you go throughout the day, it's like sitting down for a meal is tricky.
Well, all of the villas have a little kitchenette. So I'm like, well, I know me, like I'm going to want like a little snacks, later in the night, like when I'm done with everybody, like, so we've got to like stock up.
Absolutely. I think that's super smart. Get everybody prepared, settled in. I know like the first thing I love to do, like my husband will totally attest this, doesn't matter if we're spending one night, we're spending multiple nights, like I have to unpack my suitcase to feel like I'm here.
I'm the same.
And I can't just flip the suitcase open and rummage around. I can't do that.
I'm the same.
That's not how I'm treated.
I want to feel like it's my home for a week.
Yes, exactly. You want to feel like settled in, like this is where my element is going to be. And it does create like that sense of like security and safety and like hominess,
Well, and that's the most important thing too, is like, I'm pulling people in the middle of the rainforest. Like I want to be a safe space. I want people to get out of their comfort zone. I don't want to scare them. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I love that. I don't want to freak you out.
I don't want to like fully freak you out. Like,
totally. I love that so much. And disclaimer is you don't have to worry that X, Y, and Z is going to happen, because that is not on the radar.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, I love that. I love it so much. So I always like to ask people, like, because as we wrap up the episode, I love to ask, what if you could change one thing about the industry, just like wave a wand and just like the most biggest impact being made that you feel called for, what would you wish? What would you do?
I could wave a magic wand. Man. Why does this feel so hard right now?
Well, because there's so many things, right? Like if given the opportunity, there's so many things you would change, right?
I mean, yes and no. I feel very grateful to be on a good side of the hair industry. I have not had a lot of bad experiences. I would probably change the scarcity that a lot of people run on in the hair industry, because I will say that the bad experiences or the things that I have heard are mainly because of someone in scarcity mindset that feels competition, or feel like I would get rid of that, because it's not necessary. Like it's just not. There's a hairstylist on every corner. There's people everywhere. Like there doesn't need to be this competition. There's a ton of educators. There's a ton of retreats. If what I'm talking about isn't for you, I will tell you which one would be for you. Like I think that is the biggest issue for an individual as a human.
Yes.
That we see in the industry.
Absolutely. I would say amen to that, because I agree. It hits in like everybody, like, and it holds them back. Right. From being in community or going in the direction that they feel called to, like just that limiting belief of like, in that, who am I, you know, or assuming narratives of others.
Who am I
right?
not? Mm-hmm.
Correct. Exactly. So I love that. You've got my vote.
Yeah.
I would vote for that as well. I think that would be massive and huge.
Yeah.
So if someone's listening, which I know for sure that there is, like, that wants to connect with you, wants to hear more about like your retreat or what you're doing and listen to you on your podcast, like, you know, where can our listeners connect with you?
Yep. So mainly I'm on Instagram at _Misty Jane _, and that's Jane with a Y. And that is pretty much where I like DM me. I always answer DMs. Like I'm in the relationship business. Like that's my jam. You can listen to the Starting Messy podcast and then mistyjane.com. The registration for Costa Rica is actually officially open as of the last 24 hours. There isn't even a website yet. That should be in the next couple weeks. So if you are curious, just shoot me a DM, reach out to me. We can chat, see if it's something that you're interested in, if it's for you, if it's not sold out at that point. I have a feeling this isn't going to be my last one. So, but yeah, definitely Instagram. Follow me in it, or the podcast, because the podcast I really get chatty.
Oh, totally. I mean, that's the best part about a podcast is that you get to like chat it up. Like
exactly. Exactly.
Well, I love that so much, and don't worry, guys. I'll put all of that in the show notes so you can just click and get connected with her as well. Misty, this was so amazing. Thank you so much for being on the podcast today. And I am praying all the blessings over this event and what is in store for you and the amazing, powerful women that are choosing to go. I think that it's going to be more healing than you think.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This was great. I love connecting.
Yeah, no worries. I love it. Have a great day.